picked the difficulty that puts story over combat. The person writing my dialogue thanks you for their gainful employment. You picked the difficulty that puts story over combat. The person writing my dialogue thanks you for their gainful employment.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just Terralex.
Let's keep your lamps lit for wildlife.
Hostile wildlife. Familial classification of Raptidon. Detected ahead.
I swear that wasn't planned. Let's keep your lamps lit for wildlife.
This unit has finished compiling the comprehensive report on the commander you requested, Agent Ibarra.
Oh,
This
thanks.
stretch runs between Fairfield and the
But I didn't
Eastern
request a
Forward operating
report.
base.
This request is over 3,470 days old, and was initially issued prior to the mission on Horizon Point.
Oh, shit! Delete that. It's most likely to have outdated information anyway.
Acknowledged. Purging the commander's favorite colors, foods, and activities report.
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose Raptidons wandering around. You know that Auntie's Choice A-line.
Careful with friendly fire if you head down past the farm.
Acknowledged. Purging the commander's favorite colors, foods, and activities report.
Careful, friend.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. A few loose Raptidons wandering around.
Excellent.
Eddie, Scout.
Friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Scout report.
Yes, sir.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak. Let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers. Fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers.
All that matters is getting these Automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination procedures.
Might be wise to get that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it. I'm not sure we should get any closer. Might be wise to get that large gas cloud a wide berth. I'm not sure
Outsider. First the attack, then there's Iranian. At this rate, we're never getting caught up. Outsider. First the attack, then there's Iranian. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Warning. Agent. Irreparable damage to lungs imminent. Exit gaseous cloud immediately.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard
Gaseous cloud immediately.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack.
Uranium poisoning.
Test model displayed standard.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of uranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days. I'm afraid so, and you were wise not to get involved. The Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver Automechs to the Vox relay station, but I'm responsible for their quality control. If even a single Automech steps out of line, it will be the end of me. I'm afraid so, and you were wise not to get involved. Brigadier Montelli does not accept excuses, and he does not tolerate failure. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right. Brigadier Montelli does not accept excuses, and he does not tolerate failure. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right.
Apologies, I must concentrate on my work. Maybe one of the others can help me.
Oh, yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now, what is it you want? Quite busy, as I said, and less pleased for this unscheduled work suspension. Now, did you have some business here? Disruptions to one's train of thought. Now, what is it you want? Oh, we'll get to that presently. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? Quite busy, as I said, and less pleased. One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable Zeranium all over the place. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. Good. Wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium. Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo! I'll be calibrating against that. So exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo! I'll be calibrating against that. My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. Now, on to business. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. Is something to help extend and shape the field around. You would imagine so, wouldn't you? Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to Geld his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoot. To exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoot.
If you need something, kindly make it quick. She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard or protect your asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. The original staff of this facility were rounded up. If you're really so desperate, you can track down our second Dragoon. Damn thing wandered up the coast and hasn't been seen since. I'd have sent someone to retrieve it myself, but Dragoons are stubborn when their instructions are unclear. If you're really so desperate, you can track down our second Dragoon. Good hunting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done. I'd have sent someone to retrieve it myself, but Dragoons are stubborn when their instructions are unclear. Track down our second Dragoon. Good hunting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone. As long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Just a moment to remove what I need and install. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone. As long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Just a moment to remove what I need and install.
If you need something, kindly make it quick. You'll want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you entered through. Under the marshal's office, she'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but you might find some of it useful. If you need something, kindly make it quick. You'll want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you entered through. Under the marshal's office, she'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but
I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak, you find us on the razor's edge between reason and panic. Anyway, if you have hands and a will to lend them, I won't turn away help. This gas leak of ours has proven inexhaustible, patient, and insidious. Uranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution, lest I follow my predecessors to their untimely fate. If you have hands and a will to lend them, I won't turn away help. This gas leak of ours has proven inexhaustible. I knew Dr. Bryant would come through for us, that she'd prove her worth as surely as any subject of the Protectorate would. Seeing as you're the only one trained in the use of that gadget, what say you put it through its paces? Make your way inside the repair hangar and find the control terminal to purge the Zeranium. And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. Prove her worth as surely as any subject of the Protectorate would. Trained in the use of that gadget. What say you put it through its paces? Make your way inside the repair hangar and find the control terminal to purge the Zeranium. And be careful with the terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak. Anyway, Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise. I knew seeing... Make your... And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Between the recent attacks and the gas leak. Anyway, Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise. I knew seeing... Make your... And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. And the gas leak. Anyway, Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise. I knew seeing... Make your... And be careful with that terminal. We don't want the situation getting any worse. Situation getting any worse.
outside of a freighter.
Standing by. Life support.
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Oh. Legs bothered me a bit, but no more than usual. Anyway, that's not the reason I'm asking to visit. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long. Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first. Well, don't spare my feelings, none. Like I said, I know we've got business elsewhere, but I wouldn't have asked if it wasn't important. Just, if you're going to be heading over to Westport, let me trail along, all right?
Can't believe some of those protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of something.
Let them simmer in their soap. Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. What do you think I'm at?
Believe some of those protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of something.
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to lead with fewer targets nibbling at your psyche. Loose your words. I'm listening. Let me spin you a yarn. One of my elite regiments ceased replying to hails several weeks ago. Hardy bunch. Fought all across the system. Yesterday, the Protectorate launched the regiment commander's upper torso into one of our encampments, which makes 2 1/3 complete corpses of a 6-person unit. Mocking us. Calculating bastards, the Protectorate. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly. 2 1/3 complete corpses of a 6-person music to my ears. Mocking us. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly. 2 1/3 complete corpses of a music to my ears. Mocking us. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly. 2 1/3 complete corpses of a music to my ears.